Yo, what's good, YouTube? All right, so as you can see, looking at the charts here, looking at the 10 to 11 a.m. silver bullet for the New York a.m. session. We are below the midnight opening price. We took our previous day low and sell side, which was I believe Monday's low. So I believe that's Monday's low. Let me check. Tuesday. So that was Tuesday's low. Sorry. I'm gonna start labeling these. So whenever I have previous day's lows, which is yesterday, and then Tuesday's low, I'll just have it as Tuesday's sell side liquidity. All right, so let's go back up to the 2 minute, or down rather. And now we're just looking to see what we'll get here. If you new to the channel, I'm probably gonna keep reiterating all the time how I trade. I trade the inverse fair value gap, but I just don't trade any fair value gap. So for this fair value gap here, if it gets inverted, I don't look for setups like that. I don't look for any fair value gaps to get inverted. I normally look for an inversion fair value gap that is coupled with an order block. So that's very important. Because for here, if I drop down to the 1 minute, so for here, probably could take a setup here. This is an order block and price close above it. Could take a sell right here, but I usually like to stay on the 2 minute. If I don't see it on the 2 minute, then I just leave it alone. I don't, this is the time frame that I'm comfortable with. So waiting to see what will happen here. And then we'll see if we could enter a trade. All right. All right, so as you can see on the 1 minute, we had this inversion here, but as I mentioned, I don't go off of the 1 minute inversion. I know you could drop down, and this would have been, you know, a nice trade here, like a 1 to 2, because you would have entered once this candle breaks the fair gap, makes it inverted, then you just enter off the top of that inversion and then go towards the midnight opening price. But now if I go to the 2 minute chart, now I could see this here. So what I see right here is an opportunity. Let me call it the 2 minute fair value gap. Now when this gets inverted, now I'm looking for price to react off of it just like it did here and go up into these inefficiencies here, and we are below the midnight open. So that's what I always, you know, I've been posting stuff on the post tab in YouTube. I've been posting on TikTok just screenshots of this same exact thing. So, you know, if I win, if I lose, it's gonna get posted. Just know that I'm following my rules and everything. So no need to hide anything. So just waiting for this to be inverted. It could come back down and tap the inversion again, but as I mentioned, if it does that, I'm not interested if it goes lower. I'm looking for buys, right? I'm looking for a price to go higher if it goes above here, using the midnight opening price as a, you know, as a almost like a catalyst for framing my trade. Or so yeah, just waiting for that. We'll see what we get. right, so let's see what it does here. So the thing that I've been doing now is that whenever price does this, and I'm on the 2-minute chart, and I see that price breaks this here, and if it turns it into an inversion, right now it's not an inversion fair value gap. I'm waiting for a closure above here. But one thing I've noticed, right, after just reading price action and just having chart time, whenever price goes above here and it closes, sometimes price would like run away, and I'm like entering here on the 2-minute. But if I drop down to the 1-minute, I will see price like taps it, and I'll enter there, just so you know, I get a better entry. So I've been doing that. So I'm gonna do that on here. Just waiting for it to get inverted. If it does get inverted, because that's why I try to include. I don't try to draw my inversion like that. I try to include the wicks, because like my mentor says, wicks are gaps. So I'm treating it as a gap. So once price closed there, we're going to look for an entry. And then I'm going to show you how I'm using the 1-minute now, framing it on the 2-minute, and then using on the 1-minute to get like a better entry. So I'll show you how I do that. So I'm going to step away for a second. Hopefully I don't miss it like I missed the trade yesterday, but we'll see. All right. All right, so I like how price is staying in the upper half of this fair value gap. Right there. So price is staying in the middle actually. But it's closing. You see how it's closing in here? Let me zoom in a little bit better. You see it's just closing in the middle here. So right now it still doesn't have like a direction. It doesn't tell me where it's going at the moment. But the fact that this is a bearish fair value gap, we're looking for price to react and go lower, and it's closing in the upper half like that. We could, you know, make a predictable guess, right? Because we don't know what the next candle is going to do, right? I'm not going to act like I know that. But just from reading price action, we could, you know, what we want to see for our model is for price to break here, close above it, drop down to the 1 minute, and then see if we get an entry, probably going up in here. So it's just playing around right now. We're in 1 minute, and then we're gonna be in the macro there. Gonna be in the 1050 to 1110 macro, so price probably just wants to wait for that to run. So we'll see where it wants to run to. Yeah, see how it's like it's holding though. It's holding to this order block here. So let me draw that out. So I know I don't draw out all these things all the time, but this is things that I'm looking at. So that's the order block. So it's reacting off that order block. But again, like I said, I don't want to enter anything going lower. This will be a good trade for anyone who trades the order block and fair value gaps. That's why I like about ICT's models, like his concepts, because when one person making money here, another person, you know, could be making money going higher. But for me, framing my trade around the midnight open, using this as we took out sell side, we took out previous day's lows, and I want to see higher prices for my model that I use to take place. So if price goes low and breaks down here, that's perfectly fine. And if it goes out of 11 o'clock, then I'm done. Right? That's my time window. I know as I always say, I know the kill zone goes beyond 11 o'clock, but that's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. It have me take basically like a model, a mechanical model, that if price doesn't do this, then I don't do that. And if price do this, then I do that. So let's see what it does here. If it wants to break lower, react off of this bearish order block and this bearish fair value gap, that's cool too. Someone is making money right now. It could went down, retest this, and tell you about these wicks. These wicks here, don't sleep on these wicks, because price would come back and react off that 2 minute wick. Let me rename that. if it wants to go down there. I'm looking for this to support price, but if it goes to over 11 o'clock, there's nothing for me, not a part of my model. All right, so I'm gonna mute again, see what price does here. I'm looking for this to become inverted, so anything lower, not interested. All right. All right, so right now we're coming up on, it's about to be 11 o'clock, and like I said, I'm not interested in nothing after 11 o'clock. Usually I like to stick to the silver bullet time frame, or the time window. Now, what I want to do, I'm gonna make a YouTube video about what my expectation is for the channel, because I do want to start doing these live, but I can't at the moment. Probably the Asian session or the London session I could do, but these ones I could just only record and just go back and forth. I can't trade it live at the moment through work-life balance. So we'll see what we get, but I want to start doing these live because I feel like I could help someone who's who's looking to trade. Let me see in the 1 minute. Yeah, if I look at this, then this is like an entry, go back down here, but as I said, we don't want nothing below there. Now, if we this is why I frame my fair value gaps and include the wick, because look at this. If someone who trades iFVGs, right, sees this and says price closed above the 2-minute fair value gap, so now they're gonna think this is inverted, right? And it keeps doing that, and price is staying lower. But if we look to the left, we have an order block, and price is not closing above that order block. But if I go into the 2-minute and I include the body, the wicks of this candle or order block here, if price close above here and price close here, then I'll be more comfortable to take a trade going higher, right? But looking at it, price is staying below this order block here. So it's just these little things in price that's just amaze me. You know, just sticking to one model and just learning that model's ins and out and what you like to see in price for you to actually place a trade and put risk on. So with that, I'm out. Peace.